So Meta, aka Facebook, is laying off another 10,000 workers. A lot of you will be looking at this, you'll be like, man, I bet Meta feels so bad about what they're doing. Why can't they just keep the 10,000 workers? Well, today I'm gonna show you how much money Meta pretty much made instantaneously after firing 10,000 of their employees. Okay, so let's take a look at this, all right? If you check Glassdoor pretty much shows the average salaries. So from this website, 32,000 people have submitted their salary from Meta, okay? When you come down, you'll see that there's a lot of people making over $200,000 a year, over 100,000, 90,000, all these engineers, right? So for this experiment, just to put it like this, we're gonna switch over to the lowest salary, okay? Even if we just took the lowest salary, as of right now, only one janitor submitted his salary, okay? Let's say Meta just fired 10,000 employees and they were all making $41,000 a year. Immediately, remember, the shareholders are the only thing the company cares about. The employees, the employees, they care about the employees that can keep the company running without needing other people. That's all the shareholders care about. The economy is going in trash right now, and if they fire 10,000 people and the company can still function as it's supposed to, that's a plus. This is why. Let's take out our calculator, okay? Let's just use from all these, the lowest paying jobs at Meta, all right? It's around, the average I'd say is $45,000, okay? Let's say everybody was making $45,000 and they fired 10,000. Immediately, right after they fired everybody, they're going to be making $450 million in profit revenue because now they're no longer paying that to 10,000 workers. That's what the lowest paying jobs at Meta. But if you haven't noticed, companies like getting rid of people who usually get paid a lot. So let's go to, look, the highest paid person that submitted it was getting paid $800,000. That's crazy. Honestly, that's blessed, but they're probably not gonna fire a senior vice president. Let's go to the most submitted salaries. So the most people who work here, software engineers, Meta, 12,000 of them have submitted 200,000. They get paid 200, base salary 200,000, okay? But me, I'm a person who's very realistic. So the number I'm gonna use for today's experiment, see, everybody pretty much makes over 200,000. This is the most submitted salary. Let's use $180,000 as the number we're gonna average salary for firing. Some people were making less, some people were making more. So out of 10,000, I think 180,000 for a company like Meta will be a good number. You have $180,000, you multiply that times 10,000 people. Can you guess how much money Meta is not in profit the very next day after that pay period? They just made $1.8 billion after getting rid of these 10,000 employees. The company is still gonna work the same. Shareholders are blessed. Why do you think Facebook stock went up the moment they fired everybody? If it was such a bad thing, why didn't it go down? Why weren't people afraid of investing into Facebook? Because now they know that there's gonna be more profit made because the company is still being ran perfectly the same with 10,000 less employees. Without the company having to drop $1.8 billion to pay out employees, it's gonna be used for the benefits of the company. And that means more bonuses for the dividend that's going to be paid out to the shareholders. That's what I'm saying. Like, when companies are starting to fire people, if you know layoffs are coming, you cannot depend on one source of income. One, have a side hustle. Two, make sure you're putting your money in the right places, because how many of these people who are getting laid off have less than $5,000 saved in their savings? Because let's say if 5,000 of those people Meta laid off were software engineers, guess where they're all gonna be going to? The job market. Now you're competing against 5,000 people that you were with at the same company. That's hard, but you gotta play on top. So let's pay attention to the article New York Times posted. Meta lays off another 10,000 workers. All right, cool, let's start it. Look, this is the owner. If you don't know who Meta, this is the person who made Facebook, okay? Meta, the owner of Facebook and Instagram, said on Tuesday that it is planned to lay off 10,000 employees, or roughly 13% of its workforce, okay? Off of that calculation we did earlier, from 13% of their workforce, by cutting it off, they saved $1.8 billion. So imagine how much they're paying other workers. So if they decided to do another 10% cut, they'll be up $4 billion in profit. Mark Zuckerberg has called a year of efficiency. The layoffs will affect Meta's recruiting team this week with the reconstructing of its tech and business group to come in April and May. Mark Zuckerberg said in a memo posted on the company's website, the announcement is the company's second round of cuts within the past half year. In November, Meta had laid off more than 11,000 people, or about 13% of its workforce at the time. Meta also planned to close about 5,000 job postings that have yet to be filled. Mr. Zuckerberg said in the memo, other restructuring efforts include a plan to wrap up this summer an analysis of Meta's hybrid return to office model, which began testing last March. It will be tough, and there's no way around that, he wrote. Meta stock rose more than 7% by the close trading on Tuesday. See, they fired 10,000 people and their stock went up. I wonder why. Mr. Zuckerberg is culling employees after years of hiring at a breakneck pace. His company gobbled up workers and his family of apps, which includes WhatsApp. Instagram is also part of Meta. And then it talks about how Meta had 87,000 full-time employees at its peak of 2022. The world economy changed, competitive pressures grew, and our growth slowed considerably, he said. We should prepare ourselves for the possibility that this new economic reality will continue for many years. Even you gotta follow the money. If you follow the money, you'll see where the economy is going. No matter what the news is saying, oh, we're not in a recession, we're having a blast, go take vacation, do whatever you need, enjoy yourself. The richest people, the richest companies in the United States are taking countermeasures to protect themselves while you're not. So pay attention to that. And if you found value in this video, hit the like button, subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless you, and Jodabeni is out.